politicians just committed treason by voting to integrate the Israeli military with the American military, as if our military wasn't already bad enough. These are the 6 Democrat pieces.
So they officially merged the U.S. military with the Israeli military.
It's actually so fucking pathetic that we won't sacrifice a little bit of comfort to overthrow our fucking government. Our government came out, showed us and told us that they literally eat.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the foundation. A1 Luck here, and you tuned into The Awakening, a channel where each one teach one and the truth shall set you free. Now, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. And also, if it's available, hype me up, y'all. Now, without further ado, let's get woke, people.
American politicians just committed treason by voting to integrate the Israeli military with the American military, as if our military wasn't already bad enough. These are the 6 Democrat pieces of shit voted to integrate the Israeli military with America. And of course, they've all been bought out by Israeli lobby. What the fuck else do you expect? If you're not scared, you should be, because this is the first step towards actually meshing the two militaries. I think the reason why they're trying to push this out right now so fast is because the midterms are coming up and they know they're cooked when it comes to the House and Senate. This would massively expand U.S. and Israeli defense technology cooperation and integration. If you think flock cameras are bad, AI technology surveillance is bad, if you think Israeli soldiers training American police dogs and training police and ICE agents is bad, well, it's about to go on fucking steroids soon. We'll also give Israel access to U.S. military and intelligence systems, technology, information, and supply chain, while giving the U.S. very little in return. But simply, we are fucking cooked. As if we weren't already Israel's bitch. Oh, at this point, Israel will be dog walking the U.S., bro.
So they officially merged the U.S. military with the Israeli military. And for those of you that can't see the writing on the wall, in my opinion, there's only one reason why they would push so hard for this to happen. See, they're fully aware that the U.S. service members won't take to the streets and start slaughtering their own people. But when you merge two militaries together, it's quite easy to just fly the IDF over here to the U.S. streets and do just about anything and kill just about anyone that the U.S. government wants unalived. And if you think that they're going to release the weapons out of the armory in the U.S. military bases and tell these people that they can go defend their country against the IDF, who happens to be slaughtering those service members, family members, you've got another thing coming. These people have the keys to the bombs and the guns and the ammo and the equipment that would be used by U.S. service members to defend the American people against the IDF here on home turf. And if you don't think that the IDF is bloodthirsty and would love nothing more than to kill Americans, you don't know anything about what's going on in the world around you. And I think that's part of the reason why we got here, is because so many people just believe that our greatest ally really does love Americans and Christians and all these other things. But these people are completely clueless about what's happening in the Middle East the last, 50 to 100 years as they set all of this up. The non-existent state of Israel that didn't exist until the 1940s. People are just lazy. They refuse to go find factual information, and they just gobble mainstream news information up as if it's gospel. But one thing is for sure, we have one of the most capable, most equipped, and most armed civilian population, dare I say veteran population, in the entire world. We've got 100 years of experience of winning war after war after war, and I know that some of these aren't considered actual wins, but the battles themselves, every time we set foot on a battlefield, U.S. service members seem to come out on top. If there's one thing I can stress to everybody as you go about your day today, whatever you may be doing, it's time for you to start legitimately training yourself, because they will be sending these people door to door to find you for anything that you've said, liked, shared, even in private messaging, that is anti-IDF, anti-genocide of the Palestinian people, anti-merger of U.S. military and Israeli military. They will hunt down every single one of you. And my plan for today, at least, is to hop on this here mower. I'm going to get out here and mow myself a clean spot. I'm going to set up my targets, and I'm going to start training like I do a few times a month. As much as I don't want to spend the money on ammunition, I'm not left much of a choice, because I can be better with my tools of the trade. I'm old. I'm in my 40s. I've still got some fight left in this dog. But you should know that this is and was and always will be the plan of these people that have captured our nation. They've officially merged our military, so there is the only roadblock that was standing in front of the IDF's door-to-door campaign that is going to come. With the mergers of the military, they're going to use some of the U.S. service members that would take the orders of going door to door and killing or arresting and throwing into concentration camps. They'll use some of the U.S. service members that are willing. The ones who aren't are going to be ejected from the U.S. military. They're going to fly over the IDF over here. They're going to give them vehicles, enough ammo to do their job, and they're going to cleanse this country just like they did Gaza, just like they're trying to do with Lebanon, just like they're trying to do with Iran. So my advice to you is buy more ammo and actually take your lazy, fat, useless ass out and start fucking training, because I promise you, whether you're fat, lazy, or whatever, you can still squeeze a trigger, and we're gonna need everyone capable of doing this in the near future. Good luck, folks. Happy training.
Will that drawing down of foreign aid from the United States to Israel be compensated by the proposal to have a merging of some sort between our Pentagon and your military?
Yeah, I'm calling it from aid to partnership. So we take away the money that is given to Israel, which is one part, but the other part is we co-invest in equal measures in the new technologies that are needed to give our military and your military the advantage. So there are some unbelievable projects. So we invest jointly and take the fruits equally. You move from aid to partnership, and I think that represents what Israel is. And remember, the other thing is that we share with America unbelievable intelligence to save American life. General Keegan has said that when he was working in American intelligence, what Israel was giving the United States was worth, he said, 5 CIAs. I'm not trying to be mathematically exact, but Israel's contributions to America's defense are important. Our technology is incredible. And since yours is incredible too, and you're the great champion of liberty and free markets, I think the meshing of our two great countries of talent would strengthen America's competitive position, both in the economic marketplace and in the military battlefield in many important ways. So that's the idea. The idea is to take away aid, one-sided aid, and move it into bilateral investments for common.
Oh man, all right, y'all. The first 3 clips is crazy. How do y'all feel out there? Israel merging their military with the U.S. Remember, everything in this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only, y'all. But how do y'all feel about that? Like, this is crazy. Why would y'all merge? Like the dude was saying, it's just crazy to know, like, now y'all could just bring y'all military over here, do what y'all want to do, being that people that's from here, whatever, that's in the U.S. military, they wouldn't want to go against their own family, but this is a way to, if y'all don't want to comply, now we got a whole other army here that don't have no problem whatsoever running through and doing what they do, because they don't have to care about nobody over here, not one person, because why? They don't consider, you know, it's crazy. Like, what's really going on here? What's this merge about? You understand? Like, I mean, at this point in time, this is just seeming crazy, because it's seeming like we just becoming a country just like them, man. And it's crazy that now they basically feel like they taking over our country, you know? They taking over this country, I should say. Like, what's going on? But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. And everybody just stay prepared, man. You know, like you said, do a couple training, do your 1-2, get your things and whatever, put it to the side, and just be prepared for whatever at this point. But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section.
I keep telling y'all, it's a reason they're hiding shit from us in Antarctica, but the truth is about to come out. So some information leaked about beyond the wall in Antarctica, and this shit is crazy. So what's being said is, there is basically a civilization living beyond the wall in Antarctica. And there's only a special group of people that knows about this, and it's only a special group of people that can go there. They're also saying that there's a group of people there that look exactly like you and me. No, really, like you and me, like our doppelgangers. And for whatever reason, the people there age different. They also said there's another group of people there, different beings, a different race, along with animals we've never seen before. And not only are the animals different, the water there is different. The ice there is different. They're saying that the ice there has some type of special powers, healing power, different trees, sort of like the tree of life. The water, sort of like the fountain of youth. You know, where you drink the water and you live forever? Now you gotta ask yourself, why have they been hiding this place from us? Why can't we go there? Why is it that every country, every place here can go to war anywhere, but it's a treaty in Antarctica? Tell me that. And then tell me what you think. I'll tell you this much. Whatever the truth is, you can't hide it forever. Pay attention.
It's actually so fucking pathetic that we won't sacrifice a little bit of comfort to overthrow our fucking government. Our government came out, showed us and told us that they literally eat, murder, and do unthinkable things to children, babies, women, and men. Showed us proof, documentation of it, and you know what we did? We went to fucking work the next day. And now our government just passed a bill giving Israel all access to war machines, our military men and women, weapons, all that bullshit. And guess what we're doing today? Going to fucking work! So when is it gonna be enough for the American people to revolt? Because I'm quite fucking sick of this shit. It only takes a third of the working class of America to make America come to a fucking halt. It's not too late yet. We still have time, but it's the fact that we're not willing to sacrifice a little bit of comfort. Nobody's willing to give up the things that are convenient. Y'all ain't willing to stop putting gas in these cars. Y'all ain't willing to stop going to the grocery store. Y'all ain't willing to barter and trade amongst each other. God forbid we walk anywhere. Ugh. I'm just here to tell y'all that whenever y'all give me a time and a fucking place, and I'll fucking be there. I'll quit my job today if somebody says that we gonna revolt. If somebody says we gonna upset this government, I'll quit right now. I'll turn this car around and go where the fuck I need to go. Washington D fucking C. Because I'm fucking sick. I'm so sick of this government of ours thinking that we're just little sheep. We're just little sheep. We're just gonna follow them, because we're not. We need to overthrow them. Guillotines in front of the fucking White House. Just build us a couple guillotines and let's just go set them in front of the fucking White House. It's actually so fucking...
Y'all single-handedly own the power and you can't even see it. They know that y'all single-handedly hold the cards to all of this shit in this nation. God, please just wake up and see what kind of control you actually have. If you really want to get technical, y'all are the ones that can save this country. Because the minute that y'all actually see through their bullshit is when they lose their wealth. Talk about white privilege. They will lose their wealth. They bank on y'all. They bank on y'all remaining stagnant with their bullshit. I can't wait to see this shit unfold, because I'm gonna tell you, there's one by one they waking up. Y'all better get ready. One by one they're waking up to rich man's bullshit, and they're seeing and they're standing their ground. And once they lose the black vote, it's on like a Donkey Kong.
You wanna know what it is? It's that we, the people, are supposed to hold the power. But do we? Sure, they are supposed to be representative of us, but are they? Are they? Maybe when they start, but once they're in, they're as good as bought and paid for. And that's the problem. Any real representation, any real aspiration of better change is snuffed out by the dollar bill. They become just another agenda-hiding, paper-pushing, bill-passing lunatic. Hiding agendas at the bottom of 1,000-page bills. They know that the average person is never going to read. So, where is our power now? If not in the hands of our representatives, it's in our numbers. And if we aren't going to use them, nothing will ever get done. I mean, what happened? Your balls drop off? A couple hundred years ago, there'd be fires. There'd be anarchy. Upset the established order.
Right. Well, it's a lot of bases going on over there in Antarctica at this point, and this is what I'm coming to see. Like, and it's crazy that even when you get to tour the outside of it, you still get to see certain bits and pieces of what's going on. You know, you never know, maybe some ice will melt, some big icebergs will fall off of there, but certain passageway will be revealed, and you know, but I guess this is as much as we get to know and see about there anyway. You know, the outside parts, never really the inside or over, or it's always from the outside. You know, you're just looking at a wall all the time, but you go around that wall, you might find certain passageway, you know, but they've been doing what's going on over there. You know, this would seem like the perfect place for them to stay and pull the strings, what they've been pulling while they over there, you know, have a big base probably under there somewhere. And they just watch from over there, you know, they watch from the outside. But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. In the second clip, what more can I say? I mean, these are the things that need to get done. I don't really want to repeat too much of it to make it, you know, but the second clip is basically, you know, it's pathetic at this point that, what, you know, we as the people, what's going on? What are we gonna do? That's basically it. The third clip and the fourth clip is also pertaining to the same thing. Basically, it's like we as the people, we have the power. You understand? We are the gifted ones. We are the ones. You know, and this is the thing. Like, everybody just, I guess, used to their day-to-day normal life. Everybody is content with the how would you say it, like the pleasures they get from, you know, the thing that doesn't really matter. You know, everybody's content with life at this point. I guess they don't want to, you know, but the time will come, because this seems like the only way things will get done. You understand? And it's being done in Italy, so why can't we do it here as the people? But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section.
We are a warrior race. by nature spiritual assassins, gods, scientists, the original scientists. Before Aristotle, Galileo, Socrates, Pythagoras, Nostradamus, Einstein, Plato, it was us. Before the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, the Kabbalah, the Hermetic teachings, it was us.
Ya podemos decir, para nuestro lamento, que es el peor incendio de la historia de la Comunidad de Madrid.
Que yo tuve que salir por piernas de mi casa, era una bola de fuego que si me retraso 5 minutos nos arrasa, y mi mujer aceleró y fue providencial.
Instantáneamente aquello deflagó de tal manera que hizo como una especie de explosión. Ya nos bajamos a la calle para poder salir de casa viendo ya lo que se nos avenía, porque había muchísimo humo y eso ya no daba buenas señales.
Do you know about the Cabbage Patch? The inorganic beings they made to confuse you, to replace you. The original NPCs. Soulless and empty of the Creator's love. They harvest farm after farm of these beings. They explain a lot if you really think about it. Row after row of these things being grown like crops, pulled out of the ground, cleaned up, handed papers, and sent out into the world to blend in. No real roots, no real past, just blank slates programmed to act normal. Work the jobs, pay the taxes, and never ask why. That's why so many feel completely at home in this broken system. They were literally made for it, while the rest of us walk around feeling like strangers in our own skin. For an entire lifetime, you can never understand why the vibe was truly off with most people. An emptiness that held no compassion, at least not in an authentic way. Some of them might even seem to have some humility on the surface, but they'll turn Agent Smith when the time is right. That's what I'm talking about. They had incubators at the World's Fairs, live babies on public display like some kind of science exhibit, nurses pulling infants straight out of giant cabbages on old postcards, the Cabbage Fairy film in 1896 showing babies born from gardens, baby farms everywhere. This wasn't just weird old-timey shit. This was after the Great Invasion in the Big Clearing. The original indigenous humans, the true children of the Most High, full of real spirit and fire, were mostly slaughtered, scattered, or wiped out. Their cities emptied, their lands left desolate. The controllers needed warm bodies fast to run a new system, so they grew these replacements by the millions, and they shipped them out in orphan trains. From the 1850s to the 1930s, millions of these rootless, inorganic beings loaded onto trains and sent west like cargo. At every stop, farmers picked them off platforms like livestock at auction. No family, no history, no elders passing down the old ways. They placed them into homes, raised them on the official story, and turned them into the perfect obedient worker force to rebuild and fill the empty world. They repopulated everything without the old truths ever getting passed on. And the ones who remembered, the real survivors who looked at these new children and knew something was deeply wrong, they got locked away in those psychiatric asylums Jerusalems. The grand cathedral-looking buildings with beautiful grounds and tall windows. From the outside, they look like places of rest and healing. But on the inside, all of its sacred technology reverse-engineered and used against its inhabitants, turned into erasure machines. They chemically imbalanced and pumped the ones who remembered full of heavy sedatives and fogged their minds and stole their words. They ran brutal shock treatments that burned away memories and personality. Then the lobotomies, ice picks driven through the eye socket to cut out the defiance, the creativity, the old knowledge. Many never came out the same. Shit. That's if they came out at all. They silenced every witness who could have pointed at the new generation and said, these are not our people. Also, the harvest could grow up never questioning, never remembering what was lost.
We don't know what this means just yet, but the United States struck Iran a short time ago. U.S. Central Command just posted this statement saying that the U.S. military struck Iranian missile and drone storage locations and coastal radar sites. CENTCOM says this is a powerful response to yesterday's attack on a commercial ship that was transiting through the Strait of Hormuz. And in case you didn't know, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps reportedly struck a Singapore-flagged ship that was exiting the strait yesterday with a one-way attack drone. CENTCOM says that unwarranted aggression against commercial shipping by Iranian forces clearly violated the ceasefire. And just moments before CENTCOM made that announcement, President Trump was in the Oval Office talking to reporters.
You said that Iran violated the ceasefire. Will they face any consequences?
You'll find out.
Do you consider the ceasefire to still be in place?
I don't like the fact that they took a shot yesterday, actually 4, we knocked down 3, at a ship. Not an allied ship, but a ship, a very expensive ship, and it was fine, but it took a little beating. They shouldn't be doing that, so you'll find out.
Will the U.S.
You'll find out.
Will the U.S. respond? What is your message to Iran?
Respond, you're going to find out.
Shortly after Trump made those statements, CENTCOM confirmed the U.S. strikes. Now, this leaves us with several questions. One of the biggest is, how could this happen, especially...
First clip, basically pertaining to what I was just saying a little while ago. Like, we are a warriors race, you understand? Like, this is in our nature. So why is it not that this nature is kicking in to do what needs to be done? Because we all see that we're not being treated fair. We're not going to get treated fair. Nothing else going to be right. It's getting worse. And then at the point in time, they probably have an army of robots waiting, you know. This why I guess the robots got to come into play, the next generation or the next, you know, the next, I guess, era of workers, the robots. Because they know eventually this, you know, we're going to all wake up eventually. So now when we wake, they're going to be able to defend it with all these robots and all this technology stuff. But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. And then the second clip is just these wildfires in Spain. I don't know, man. This is part of the strategy, I guess, that they're using. But because this fire is everywhere. It's wildfires everywhere. It's flooded everywhere. You understand? And some of it, we don't know if it's natural anymore. And most of it, we could see probably that it's not natural, you know? But this is the thing that comes in, man. When will the time come, you know? But I hope all them people be all right out there in Spain, man. And then it's crazy, that third clip now, the back history of the Cabbage Patch Kids. You understand? It's crazy. And it feels like it's a lot of them out there, though, because it's a lot of people you run across when you stare in their eyes or you talk to them. It feels like it's nothing there, you know? You just live to do the systematic living day by day, and that's it, to make everybody else go along with the function. And that's basically it. But you can tell it's a lot of soulless people out there, though. Let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. The fourth clip, just had to throw that in there because things look like it's heating back up, and now they're saying Iran might be planning to nuke the U.S. or something like that, you understand? And I guess this is more problem that's going to come, being that we going to merge with the Israelis. So now that's going to bring on more. Like, when does it stop? But let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section.
When the human beings first came, they were in cave. They were worse than cavemen. They were in straight Neanderthal state. And the Pleiadians were the advanced race who we connected with. And then we started helping these human beings. And it was the Moors who got them some little human being pussy. And niggas started pillow talking. Telling them all our secrets and all our enchantments and our spells and how to do this and to mix this with that and say this and do that and da-da-da-da-da. That's what the book of Enoch is about. That's what the Watchers is about. And the Watchers came and they saw the daughters of man and they took them as their wives and they went and laid with them and slept with them. Nigga, that was our black ass, nigga. We the angels, we the angelic beings who they speak of in the ancient Hebrew text. In Greek mythology is filled with stories about us and our abilities. How we was moving when they first got here. And after the Moors, certain sets of the Moors, which were the Watchers, gave them those enchantments, they took them back to the resistance, to the human being males and these reptilians and these Pleiadians, and they used it. They used our own ancient Macabre. I will always repeat this story over and over again for y'all to make it make sense. Because before we was Indian tribes, nigga, we was gods. How did we even get to a tribal state? They used our Macabre. You're looking at it. What they call a 6-point star. We had one of them that was outside that we had created that was huge. 9 times more powerful than our own Macabres around us. And we created these Macabres using our own prana or chi, as the Asians call it, or ashe, as they say in the Yoruba religion. The ashe is the life force. Right? Because as we dive deeper in these teachers, I can open up more and more of these downloads, right? The ashe is the life force. So it was a combination of our
You live in there? In the dark place? I saw you yesterday. You closed the door. Hi.
Stop.
Who played with you, baby?
And I pray so much, it can't be no bad spirit in here. I pray so much over this house.
Most people think they understand the size of the Amazon rainforest. They don't. And what you're looking at now is barely a fraction of it. A tiny corner of something far bigger than most people realize. The Amazon covers over 5.5 million square kilometers. If you laid it on top of a map of Europe, it would cover almost the entire continent. It stretches across 9 different countries. Brazil holds the majority, but Peru, Colombia, Bolivia, and several others all share a piece of it too. Here's a way to picture it. If you started walking from one edge and didn't stop, it would take you months just to cross it on foot. And it's not just trees as far as the eye can see. It holds an estimated 10% of all known species on Earth, all inside one connected ecosystem. From above, it just keeps going. No visible edge, no gap. Canopy stretching to the horizon in every direction. Most people have heard of the Amazon their whole life, but the vast majority haven't stopped to picture how big it really is.
Have you heard this quote that's been attributed to St. John Paul II, that a child had asked him about aliens, and the Pope allegedly responded, "Remember that they are children of God," in quite a positively formulated...
Mm-hmm. Well, I think all he's saying is really all I've been saying. If there's a creature, which is to say something created, which is able to be aware of itself, aware of other creatures, and free to choose to love or withhold love. That's, according to Thomas Aquinas, the image and likeness of God. What makes them aliens? They're our cousins.
All right, y'all. The first clip is crazy because I just put a clip out in a video like 2 or 3 days ago about the Pleiadian. The Pleiadian lady was talking to us, but yet it says these are the ones we was cool with, the Pleiadians. We was in, we was basically partnered up. Everything was good. But then he's saying the Moors got brainwashed by the human beings. The Moors got brainwashed and started having kids with them, and then spilled all the secrets, and then there goes the takeover. I don't know how y'all feel about that story. Do y'all think that story is what the real story is that really happened throughout life? I don't know, but let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. And the second clip is just this. I don't know, are these clips real or not? But it's crazy that ghosts attacking kids. Like, why? I don't understand that part really. Like, me myself, I don't like ghosts and stuff like that, so, but it's just crazy. I'll be horrified if something was to trouble me like that or touch me or in our kids. Oh my goodness. But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section, because those clips was a little weird. And then the third clip is the Amazon rainforest and how huge, undiscovered, and what 90% of the world's creatures is in there. Like, this is crazy, y'all. The Amazon rainforest, like, these are the things we need discovered and to be looked at, and not the nonsense that's going on a day-to-day basis. You understand? Like, it's a lot to discover in the Amazon rainforest. A lot to see out there. Look at the size of that place is just ridiculous. It's the size of continents, and it's a forest, a rainforest. Like, imagine what's in there. Well, let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. And then the fourth clip, I don't know, that's kind of crazy what they was talking about, but like, do y'all feel like, when you think about creation, I mean, it's a part of creation, so, but the way they would say it, it's like, these aliens also is basically like God's kids, God's children also, I mean, like, say you make it certain, I mean, I don't know if all of them might be God's, but yeah, if it's another creation, I mean, the Almighty creates all, so what is it, except for those that, I mean, if the Almighty was a creator that taught others how to create too, but not everything will be created by God, but you're going to have some offsprings too. But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section.
Damay ko sa kanya.
Ang balay, baka ayaw ang malang walang ito ng gusto.
Ito makapunta ko emergency. Hindi ko ako dito dili kadali ako katliluan please. Please guys, tabangin mo.
Grabe. Oh, saka ko na ron. Grabe. Guardhouse oh. Lainday Rosel.
First clip, like these natural disasters, these floods, these fires, is just out of control at this point. And you know, like, do y'all believe like the planet is resetting itself, like Earth is resetting itself, and really doing what nature does that we wouldn't understand, to just reshape and reorganize everything back, you know? And then it's left to us to do the rest. But I hope everybody be all right, man, because there's so much wildfires and so much floods going on, you know, like, and these people are stuck and really struggling for their lives, and they losing everything, you know. But then everything that everybody's losing, though, from these fires, and, you know, hopefully not too many lives get lost and nothing like that, you know, but here and there you might lose one, but everything is just material, you know. It's not meant, it's not for us. It's just a reset for us to really get back to, you know, fertilizing the planet and growing and doing what we need to do. I don't know, but let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section, because it's getting crazy out there.
può essere così. Ma quando che fa?
Look at what they do in Israel, and look at what they push in America.
Right.
They ban porn in Israel.
Really?
They sterilize the blacks there. They fucking refuse to open the borders to anybody. Right? They're operating in apartheid. And then you look at what they're pushing in America. Melting pot, black culture, all this, porn, degeneracy, all this stuff that they don't...
environmentalism in fucking Israel.
All this stuff they don't actually believe in is what they push on us. But if you look at what they fucking, do versus what they practice versus what they preach, that's when you really start seeing.
You saying it's multiple places with the dome over them?
Yep.
So I correct me if I'm wrong. Are you also saying that there are portals to jump to both?
Stargates.
What is a Stargate?
So you ain't never watched the TV series Stargate?
Tell me
where
what a
how the
Stargate
military was able to access the Anunnaki Stargates to be able to go through different time warps and stuff. And they got one in Area 51. It tells you everything in that. That's another thing that they dropped in the 90s.
Alright, y'all, we reached the end of the video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. And also remember to hype me up if it's available. I thank everyone for commenting, subscribing, and giving me the motivation to keep this going. And before we leave, I'd love to leave y'all with a few words. Who can't hear must feel. Those that feels it, knows it. And once you know better, you do better. And the truth will always set you free. I'm out.